Well, hello, everybody. I'm here with the wonderful Cindy Schwarz, who's coming to our fair shores from the USA. She's based in Chicago, although I know she works all over the place, and runs her wonderful company, EarsUp Leadership. Cindy is a Brené Brown Dare to Lead facilitator, and I'm so exciting. I said to someone, I think if I met Brené Brown, I would be a real fangirl. I love her work so much. You can see in the background. I really would. It'd be embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I'm so thrilled. And Cindy and I met in the US doing a course with horses. So she's also an equine assisted learning facilitator like myself. So we both see the wonderful synergies between Brené's work and working with horses the way that we do. And we're here today to talk about the third class or workshop, Braving Trust. That's a huge one. So please let us know what that's all about, Cindy.
Okay, love to. Actually, I just came off of a week where we had about 35 people from different organizations working on different things in the arena with the horses, and every single day Braving Trust showed up, even if it wasn't a Dare to Lead program. In teams, trust is always a cornerstone, right? So what Braving is an inventory. So, it's an acronym that means different things, like B for boundaries, R for reliability, A accountability, and so on. And again, I just think Brené Brown and the horses work so well together because, as you know, the number one thing horses teach us is how to set boundaries. And the gift of setting a boundary and staying in relationship. I know when I first started with the horses, boundaries was a very difficult thing for me to understand and figure out. And until I started working with the horses, I didn't understand the importance of it in leadership and the profound change in my own leadership. And through the hundreds of people that I've taken through trust classes with the horses, it's just been an eye opener. So I don't know. I just get I lose my words because it really is profound to bring those concepts together with the horses. Especially the N in Braving is non-judgment. The G is most generosity. Like horses embody those. They teach us how to do those, even if we're there for an hour or for a full day.
Yep.
We get to see that in action with these magnificent animals.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think you said as well before that the cornerstone of like teamwork is trust. And that is just so true. Like you just don't have effective teamwork if you're not trusting your leadership, your peers, all that sort of thing. And it directly reflected in how animals work together, right? They need to work together as a team to keep the whole herd safe. So they have their different roles, but they never ignore each other. They're always communicating. They're always in a state of kind of that relaxed readiness of, well, if something comes up, we need to keep everybody safe. And I think, there are a lot of lessons there that we can learn. We're lucky that we can actually work with horses because other animals teach us things too, but we can't kind of walk amongst the elephants in Africa and get the same experience and be safe, but we can.
Exactly.
We're lucky that our beautiful domestic horses retain the instincts of their wild cousins, and we can we can utilize that beautiful model of shared leadership and responsibility and accountability, which such great lessons for us humans.
Yes. And it's like I said, it took my leadership to the next level. And that was one of the main reasons why I really wanted to get in to doing this full time, is because I saw how it worked and how it transformed my teams and how I showed up. And that having trust does not mean having an absence of conflict, right?
Yeah.
It's handling that. And the horses teach us how to handle conflict in a productive way because it's going to happen, right? Well, they don't shy away from it. So it's really beautiful to tie these things in together because, again, trust is another one of those ambiguous things. How do you build it? How do you create it? How do you keep it? Horses are very clear, and we get to see how that is created.
And I love that you've said that because trust is obviously something you need to feel. And so what are those things? How do you break that down into skills? And that's what we can do through Brené's work, and then seeing it come to life in real time with the horses. So that's where I think you and I, this is just magic. This is bringing two things together where we've got these wonderful concepts with, well, obviously Brené's philosophies work because she wouldn't have the millions of followers that she has. And obviously horses wouldn't have been around in successful herds for millions of years if their systems didn't work. So we've just married these two great systems together to come up with this concept. Yeah.
And one of the side benefits that actually just one of the people that was in a workshop last week is when you're with the horses, like our job is to help read their body language and translate it for the client, for the people participating. But after a while, they begin to sense that, like the clients begin to sense that. And so it teaches them how to read body language and how to sense those things and develop their intuition that they need back in the boardroom or back on their teams, sensing when some idea hasn't landed or somebody is not buying into something. And a client just brought that up, and I thought that was a really great insight when we were working on building trust with him and the horse. And he's like, wow, I'm really learning some body language lessons here.
I love that. We had something very similar last week. The CEO of a foundation who came, her biggest thing was that she wanted her team, because we talked about, what did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about others? Now, what do you need? Now, going back to what's the biggest takeaway? What do you need? Here's your people. Let's all share what we need from each other. And she shared that the main thing was she wanted her team to feel that they could be honest with her and share things, and I just thought that was beautiful. I mean, said to them, my gosh, guys, that's your CEO, and she's asking you for honest feedback to be a team. Very brave.
Yeah. So those are the amazing things that happen when we dig into a basic concept like trust. Horses allow us to see kind of behind the things that we really need to be talking about. And it's a comfortable, safe space and fun. The horses always make it fun. If we take ourselves too seriously, they do something silly to remind us.
They absolutely do. They always know. It's uncanny. You're right. It can, as we were talking about when we spoke about vulnerability, you might feel a little bit, but I don't know. It always works out to be, as you said, a really safe space and a place where you can explore your own, your own capabilities as a leader and all those sort of things. So it is. Thank you, Cindy. That's wonderful. So that was Braving Trust. We can't wait to welcome you here in Sydney.
Great. I'm excited to be there. Looking forward to it.
Bye for now.